Hi, welcome to Ask Less. We had a question that came up concerning the use of a static bar with an air knife because a customer had a situation where they're using a competitor's unit and they mounted the static bar in combination with the air knife about a foot away from the product. It was a moving web and it just wasn't taking the static away. And he was wondering why. Well, let's look at how a combination of an air knife with an AC static bar works. First of all, there are two types of static bars. There are DC static bars, which are designed to work at a distance away without having any air. It's a totally different technology. It's more costly. It has other implications in using it. The most common bar is an AC static bar like the one I have in my hand. They're used extensively by themselves. There are standard versions. There are stronger versions like this one here that are more powerful than the standard version. And what that means is it produces a lot more positive and negative ions to eliminate the static charge on the surface of the part. Typically, static bars are used by themselves and they have to be mounted close to the surface. When you add a compressed air operated air knife behind it, you push that ion field further. So you can actually eliminate static at some distance away. However, what happens is if you're, say, 2 feet away from the target, by the time that ion cloud pushed by the air knife hits the target, some of those ions are going to recombine. So what you end up is you have a lot less ions hitting the target to eliminate the static charge. If the static charge on the surface is very, very high, a regular static bar might not be powerful enough. You need a more strong static bar to eliminate that charge. If the surface is moving very quickly, that surface is not under that cloud of anti-static ions to remove the charge. You need time to remove the static. The weaker that ion cloud is, the more time you need to remove that static charge. So basically, with air, you get a distance because it pushes the ions, but you need more time to remove the charge. So the further you are away, the more time you need to eliminate the static charge, even with air behind it. If you have a very, very strong static charge on the surface of the material, or that surface material is moving very, very quickly, again, you need a stronger static bar to eliminate the charge. So what we did in this particular case for the customer is we replaced the static bar they had with a stronger static bar, and it worked just fine. So when you are considering the use of static bars with air knives, with compressed air operated air knives, you have to look at the type of material that you're using, because different materials have a different charge. The extent and how high that charge is can be easily measured with a static meter, and you have to look at how far away you will be with that air knife, because that will make a difference, and also how fast that product is moving under that field in the industrial application. If you have any questions concerning the use of compressed air for blow-off, cooling, moving, drying, cleaning, ask less.